What are the top 5 cities you would recommend young millennials, I guess, moving to after college?
So I have opinions on everything, and I should have said in every video, you should run a little thing across, it's just your opinion, it's not necessarily right, because it's just my opinion. I think, for one thing, I think cities, people have personalities, and you shouldn't go to a city that's not your personality. So New York City is one of the greatest cities on planet Earth, and everything that's going on in the world is going on in New York, and there's amazing people to meet, and amazing national advertising campaigns and the World Financial Center and so forth. But if you told me just a beating to live in New York, I completely understand. But New York is in a class by itself. The biggest, most important business city in America. I believe the second class of cities in America contains only Chicago. And it's because Chicago is America's second city. And Chicago's very much like New York Light. There's everything going on in New York, there's a little bit of it going on in Chicago, right? At least some of it. So we went to an advertising firm in Chicago. They were running the worldwide Gatorade ad out of Chicago instead of out of New York, right? So there's big time advertising, big time PR, big time finance, right? Everything's going on in Chicago. And it's the major leagues of the Midwest. Lots of students from the Big Ten, which has, those universities have great reputations. The goal of most of those students is to go to the big time in Chicago. So if OSU students find a job in Chicago, there's, several 100,000 young, smart people in their 20s, all more or less living in the same part of Chicago. It's an amazing place to go to make friends, make connections, and launch your career. And you can always go back to Oklahoma or Texas later, right? When you get into the third tier of cities, right? I think Washington, D.C., it pains me to say Boston because the Patriots and the Red Sox and all that annoying stuff. I think that San Francisco would undoubtedly be in there. Denver, of course, is a very, very hot city, and not just because of legalized marijuana. It's because it's the new it city, right? So in the 60s and 70s, California and Florida were the it city, and they've kind of gotten a bit old, gotten a little bit behind, and now the new it places are Texas and Colorado. And I didn't say Dallas and Houston because everybody's familiar with Dallas and Houston, and I think Dallas and Houston are amazing places with amazing infrastructure. But if you're looking for that 100-year-old city center kind of thing, those would be the places I would look at.